Hi, and welcome to the Crafty Mama podcast. My name is Dawn, and I am your host for this podcast. This podcast is about knitting and other crafty things, although there hasn't really been many other crafty things as of yet, but there will be, I promise. It's mainly knitting at the moment, but nonetheless, it is a knitting podcast, so welcome. And if you are a new viewer, thank you so much for stopping by and checking out the podcast. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back and spending some more time with me. I really appreciate it, and knowing that people actually want to take some time out of their day and spend it with me, catching up on what I'm doing and just chatting with me. I absolutely love it, and I thank you all so very much. You have no idea how much it means to me. I actually have 28 subscribers, I believe, last time I checked. I can't even believe it. 28. That's crazy to me. I thought maybe I'd get like 5. 28. Oh, I'm so excited. And we have some podcasters that have subscribed to my channel. What? What? Really? Oh my gosh. So exciting. So, yeah, I'm very excited to be doing this again. Um, it is a little later than usual. Usually I tape on a Sunday, but I was off on Sunday and I thought about taping, but I only had one object to show. I had no FOs, I had no acquisitions, and I thought, meh. I thought there's no point. It's just one thing. I'm off on Tuesday. I'll have a finished object by then. I'll have some whips going. Um, so I thought, yeah, I'll hold off until Tuesday. And then next week, it won't be Sunday either because after today, I work 5 in a row. So my next day off is until Monday. So it'll be next Monday, will be my next podcast. So, anyways, enough of that. Um, let's get on to where you can find me. If you do enjoy this podcast, first off, make sure you subscribe and you give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you are enjoying all the time you're spending with me today. And if you want to find me around the web, there's a few places you can do that. On Instagram, I am CraftyMama_73. And on Ravelry, I am CraftyMama73. As well, Ravelry, I have a group called Crafty Mama Designs. And on Facebook page and my Etsy shop, I also go by Crafty Mama Designs. My Etsy shop, I can't even believe it. I have over 100 favorites. Like 100 people have favorited my shop, and that just blows my mind. Blows my mind. Ridiculous. There hasn't been an update in a while because I've just been kind of busy with other things, but I am hoping, I said that last podcast, didn't I? I'm hoping to have an update up this weekend or like Monday, Tuesday when I'm off. I'm off for 2 days in a row. Oh, I love it when I get 2 days in a row because I don't get it very often. So I definitely enjoy when I get 2 days off in a row. Another thing you might have noticed, this right here, gone. Yes, I got my hair chopped, cut off. Yes, I did. And I got it colored. You can see the red tint to it. It's a lot more red in the sun. Oh my God, is it ever red in the sun? In the sun, it is super red, but I like it. I like it. This is I usually do this. God, my lipstick matches my nail polish. That was not planned. I usually do like a dark reddish, blackish color, and then it fades, and then I'm just like, I don't feel like coloring it until I notice massive grays are showing up. Then it's time to color because, yeah, nobody wants all that gray up in here. So, at least I don't. Who knows, when I'm older, I might be like, you know what? Screw it. It's me. This is my hair, whatever. But right now, I think I like the red. I think I'm kind of liking it. I think it's called Blackest Cherry or something like that. It's Garnier Nutrice. Seems to be the only color I really use because I love the colors. So the other day I did my hair and I colored my daughter's hair. She wanted black. So I'll try and get a picture of her and show you her color. So That's basically what's been new with me. I was gonna say that to the end, but since it's kind of like right there in your face, I might as well talk about it now. Let's do a little bit of administrative kind of stuff. Not too much, but just a little bit. We do have a couple things going on in the Crafty Mama Designs group on Ravelry. If you want to find that, go into your groups tab, Crafty Mama Designs with a Z or a Z if you're American. And that's right, right? Yeah. I was gonna confuse. I'm Canadian, but I say Z. I say, yeah, I say Z. 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 I don't know. Either way, it's the last letter of the alphabet. Oh my gosh. Um, we have a one skein cowl going on in there. So anything at all that you've done, I think since, is it May 1st? I think it might have been May 1st. I don't know why I'm yawning. I had plenty of sleep last night. Anyways, any new cast-ons from May 1st, as long as it is one skein's worth, it can be up to about 70-75% of a skein. Shawls, wraps, socks, hats, gloves, scarves, anything like that that uses up about 70-75% of your skein is eligible. So get on in there. Nobody has posted anything in there just yet. There are a few people working on things, but nobody's posted anything in there yet. We also have a chatter thread, so make sure you just jump in there. Let us know what you're working on. And you never know when I'll pull some winners out of that as well. We also have a socks all the time cowl going on. Basically, any kind of sock, shorty socks, yoga socks, adult socks, kids socks, baby socks. I don't care, as long as it is socks and you get it done, get it in that thread. We have 5 finished objects in there so far. So I think I might pull my first winner for that at the end of June. Give a little bit of time for people to get a couple more in there. That cal is also going on to the very end of the year, so you can get as many pairs of socks as you want. Double dip, triple dip, quadruple dip, whatever. If you're doing the box of socks, why not toss your socks in my cal as well? I might as well get you a chance of winning some yarn and some patterns and some project bags and all that kind of stuff. So you do that. I know Meg from Bad Girl Sits in Bad Wolf Girl Bad Girl. Wow. Bad Wolf Girl Sits and Knits is having a Christmas cowl going on. So if you're knitting socks for that, drop them off in my cal as well. I have no problem sharing your finished objects. So make sure you're doing that. Get yourself in there. I cannot wait to see more socks because I've just started knitting socks. Hair in my mouth. I just started knitting socks a little while ago and I'm becoming a bit of addicted to it, and I love seeing the different sock patterns. And oh, my hair's getting staticky and it's in my face. Focus. There we go. I love seeing the different sock patterns that people use and stuff like that. It kind of gives me inspiration on what I might want to possibly do in the future. So definitely do that. Oh my God. This better not be a podcast where I'm yawning all day long because I will be really mad. You did not come here to see a yawn fest. What else I was going to say? I don't remember. We do have a whips, a chatter thread about it called All Socks All the Time. In there you can go in, show us what you're working on, what yarn you're using, what pattern you're knitting, anything at all, and I will be pulling winners from that as well, so make sure you get in there for an extra chance to win. Speaking of extra chances to win, on the One Skein Cowl thread, if you go into Instagram and use the hashtag CMDOSKAL, so that's Crafty Mama Designs One Skein Cal, in Instagram, you get entered for a second entry into the drawing. So It's always an extra chance to win is always a good thing. So make sure you're doing that as well. Speaking of socks and stuff like that, Wendy from Baba Yaya. I love that name. It makes me want to sing the song every time. Every time. Every time I see her name, I want to sing Baba Black Sheep. But I kind of made up my own words to it. Baba Yaya, have you any wool? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3 skeins full. I can't help it. Every time, is that a bug? There is some sort of a bug on my wall. Pardon me one moment while I kill a sucker. Alrighty, crisis averted. I don't know. It was a little something. I have no idea. I hate bugs. Hate bugs. I am so not an outdoors person. Ugh, I hate bugs. I do. I hate bugs. Anyways, let's get past the creature on the wall. And yeah, so Wendy from Baba Yaya, she has a podcast on YouTube. She's a very sweet lady. You definitely need to check out her podcast. She only has a few, as far as I know. And she's a pattern designer. And she also has a Ravelry group as well. I believe it is called Baba Yaya. So make sure you jump in there as well. Check her out. She's really sweet. And she's graciously donated a pattern of your choice for one of my cows. So I think I'm going to do it for the sock cow because she has some awesome sock patterns. Her pineapple sock pattern is so cute. And she gifted that to me the first time she saw my podcast and saw that I was interested in knitting socks. She gifted me her pattern. And it is so pretty, but I was like, I gotta do a vanilla sock before I jump into pattern because I would just be over my head and not know what the hell I'm doing. But her pattern is definitely on my to-do list. Um, pardon me. So make sure you check that out. And like I said, jump in that sock thread because we are going to have some patterns to give away. She's, like I said, graciously offered a pattern of the winner's choice. And I'm going to be letting you pick patterns, and I'll buy you a pattern as well, gift you a pattern. I've got 2 sets of sock yarn ready and waiting to go out to somebody. So make sure you get in there. Yeah, definitely check out her podcast. Like I said, it's a Baba Ya Ya. I love saying it. Baba Ya Ya. I just love saying it. Make sure you check out her podcast. She is so sweet. While we're on the topic of donating, if you are a pattern designer, a indie dyer, a bag maker, a notions maker, anything dealing with yarn and knitting, and you want to donate to the podcast for giveaways and stuff, by all means, get a hold of me in Ravelry or Instagram. I am usually on those every day. I check both. So make sure you just get a hold of me. Let me know that you want to donate. I get you my address and we can get everything all set up because I would love to help promote your stores because I'm all for the small businesses and helping promote fellow crafty people. And yeah, so definitely let me know if that's something you're interested in because like I said, I would be absolutely honored to help you promote your business by sharing your stuff with my viewers. So on that note, let's get on with some more stuff. Now this isn't really administrative stuff, but it is something that happened that I'm so excited about, and I have to share because I just can't wait. And it's knitting related. Melissa from the Spicy Homemaker podcast, she podcasted for the first time in a few months. Has it been a month? More than a month? I'm trying to think. It's been a while. And she was giving away some patterns. And it was so simple to enter. And I'm so happy that I was one of the first ones to watch her episode when it came onto YouTube. I was sitting here watching can't remember what I was watching. I was watching another podcast of some sort, just some new person that I was watching, and I saw a notice of her popping in. I'm like, oh, she's back. So I like right away flipped right on over to Melissa's podcast to watch her. And yeah, I'm so happy she's back. She's so sweet. She had a story about some of the work her and her son were doing in Haiti, I believe it was, and it's just so touching. And she's an amazing lady. You have to check out her podcast if you haven't already. She is talking about rebranding. So, yeah, once we find out what her new adventures will be, we'll definitely be letting you all know in here. But her name is Melissa, and she's a spicy homemaker podcast right now. Um, so she had some patterns she was going to give away, and all you had to do at the time was jump in her Instagram and name which pattern you would like out of the 3 patterns that she was giving away. And if you were the first one to do so, you won that pattern. There were 3 patterns. I can't remember what all 3 were, but they were all really, really nice patterns. But then I saw Jen Sheelan from the Jen Sheelan podcast had her Little Miss Chelsea Bean shawl pattern up there. And I was like, oh my God, I love that shawl pattern. It is so pretty. And I love Jen. She is so funny. And her 2 dogs, she's got Doug the dog, who is absolutely adorable. He's such a good boy. Such a good boy. My daughter wants to like crawl through the screen and pet her dog every time she sees it on her podcast. My daughter is a sucker for golden retrievers and labs and those sort of dogs. But then she recently got a bulldog, I believe it is, and she named it Little Miss Chelsea Bean. So this pattern is named after her new addition to the family. And I was the first one to mention her pattern, so I won her pattern. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So she just sent me the pattern the other day, and I can't wait to cast it on. I don't know what yarn I'm going to use for it yet. I'm trying to think about what I'm going to do. But yeah, I was so excited to be the one to win one of her patterns because I've admired her work for a while, like seems like forever ago. And yeah, I'm really, really, really excited to have one of her patterns and try it out. So, and she subscribed to my podcast. Ah, she did. Jen Sheila subscribed to my podcast. I'm crazy. I know. I'm crazy. What are you gonna do? Um. So, let's see. Don't mind the sniffles. I have hay fever, and it's really been acting up lately. It's been driving me absolutely nuts. So my nose is like itchy, and my eyes get watery, and then my nose gets watery, and then I start my throat, and I hate hay fever. I don't have any other allergies. I'm totally allergy free besides hay fever. And I have a bit of a sensitivity to freshly cut grass. The smell makes me sneeze. Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So whenever the neighbors actually cut our grass, they're so sweet. So whenever they cut the grass, I'm like, oh God, I have to go to work and cut grass. It's like that when you're like, oh, you feel like you're gonna sneeze, so I kind of try and hold my breath as I walk past, as I walk down the sidewalk, down the pathway to the front and across as I'm heading to work. I'm like, I try to hold my breath and walk past it because I know as soon as I start smelling that grass, I'm gonna be sneezing like crazy for like 5 minutes. Um, Gotta love this time of year, right? I love the spring. I love the temperature of the spring. Not so much the rain. It is kind of a rainy, gloomy day today, but I love the spring. And yesterday was so nice out. It's ridiculous. For June, crazy. Anyways, totally off topic. Jen Sheelan podcast, you got to check it out. Spicy Homemaker, she's awesome. You got to check her out as well. So those are 2 that just kind of happened, and I had to talk about right away while we were kind of in the old administrative pattern type stuff. Now, for the next thing, which is my FO, which you can tell what I'm wearing. Yes, I have it done. I'm going to try and stand up a little bit so you can see a little bit better. It is my Changing Staircases shawl by Tristan Molina. I am done. I was so mad. Oh, let me tell you, the day that the cowl ended, I was knitting my fingers off. They were starting to cramp. I wanted to get this done so badly before the cutoff. It didn't happen. I'm just gonna hang my head. I don't know. That's another thing that happens to me all the time. I start a cowl, I get so excited about the cowl, and other stuff tends to come along or work gets in the way. And then before you know it, you have like 3 days left and you have all this knitting still to do, and you're like panic mode and you're like knitting frenzy, and I never get them done in time. I get them finished, just not in time for the cowl. Anyways, it yeah, it got me getting on it. It got me getting to work on this shawl, which I love. It's so pretty. And I washed it with some soak. I think it's called Celebration is the scent, and it smells so good. But anyways, here it is. Look at that. Look, it's a little blown out. There, it's kind of the color. Anyways, I'll take it off and show you because it is kind of getting a little bit warm. But here it is. It's not quite oh there. See that's the color there. It's pretty. Um I actually ended one repeat of stuff early because on the needle it looked really big, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna stretch this sucker out. It's gonna be huge. And I wasn't so sure if I wanted a really big shawl. So I stopped a little early. But then I blocked it and I'm like, okay, I could have gone the other two, like repeats, the one repeat of the stockinette and then the repeat of the lace. But I decided not to. But anyways, it's getting a little warm in here, so oh, it's better. But now I'm so dark, I might need to just drape it over my shoulder. Yeah. Oops. I don't have my ends weaved in. I think that's going to be an issue for me. Weaving in the ends, I think, is going to be an issue because it just takes time that I'd rather be knitting. I'm sure a lot of you feel the exact same way. Anyways, so here it is. I'm gonna show you here. Look at that. So pretty. So pretty. Look at that. Ah, so pretty. I absolutely love this. Look at that. It is so nice. It is so nice. I love it. The color is amazing. This, like I said, this was the Changing Staircases shawl by Tristan Molina. Now, the yarn I used was hers as well, and that is in her Fingers of Fury shop on Etsy. The colorway was Under the Sea, which I do believe is discontinued now. So, if you didn't get it, well, you're just shit out of luck. I got it, and I'm happy I got it because this colors, I kind of like, I think this is my colors. Like the teal and turquoise and coral and peachy kind of. Although I am a very dark red, black, purple type of person, for yarn, I just like, I love these colors together. Like, look at this. I don't want it to be blown out. Don't blow it out. I mean, look how pretty. Those colors are so pretty. There's a few mistakes in here. And what really makes me mad is I would have been done this on time if I didn't rip it out once. I did. I was probably about here. I was, yeah, I think it was like 5 lace. Yeah, about here. I was about here. And I messed up. And being a fairly new knitter still, like I've been knitting a year, but I still consider myself a fairly new knitter because I haven't really done a lot of knitting and I haven't done a lot of different techniques and a lot of different stitches and stuff. And I messed up on the lace section. I had no idea how to fix it. No idea. It's yarn over knit two togethers, which I can tink back that, but I didn't want to tink back like 4 rows, which nobody wants to tink back 4 rows of lace. Let's be honest, nobody wants to do that. So I rip back a row. Nope, still haven't found it. Rip back another one, rip back another one. I'm like, okay, I've ripped back 3. There's probably at least another 2 or 3 rows I have to rip back. Do I want to go all that? I'm like, I'm just so frustrated because every time I did, so I'm trying to count the stitches after I rip back a row because I was missing stitches or something. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm frustrated of ripping back stitches. I'm not going to do this anymore. And I just ripped the whole thing out. I just frogged the whole thing. And then on the day of the end of the cowl, I was kicking myself in the ass because I thought, dang it. If I didn't rip those back, I would have been done. I would have been done probably like 3 days early. I was so mad. So mad. But anyways, this is a changing staircase shawl. I really like it on me though, but I'm warm. I don't know what to do. I really like it though. I do. I really like it. Well, we'll put it back on for a little bit. I'm still trying to get used to how to make shawls work. Yeah, I think that will do. Except for the wrong side. That'll do for now. It'll work. Let me fix myself here. So that's my FO. Yay, FO! Now onto my whips, which I have 2. I am still working on my first pair of vanilla socks. My first pair of socks, period. I've never knit socks before, and I'm working on them. I've only got a little bit more done since I finished this. I was so like monogamous. Monogamous? Yeah, that's the right word, right? On this shawl, I was like every moment I had to knit, I was knitting on this because I wanted to get it done in time. So last time I showed my socks, I believe I was on the 2nd pink stripe. So I did get some more done. Not as much as I wanted, but I did get some more done. Here we go, my sockies. These are my vanilla socks. Look at that. Oh, that's blown out. That's a bit better. The blue still seems a little bright. Well, you get the general idea. But anyways, these are my vanilla socks. They are on, I don't remember, and I don't want to move it because I'm going to push all this back. They are on a 1.5, so 2.5 millimeter. My gauge is really small. I'm a very tight knitter, I guess, when it comes to socks. When it comes to shawls, not so much. Not so much. I'm a very loose knitter. But I guess I was kind of worried about laddering and stuff, that I was pulling quite tight because I did a 16 cast on here for the toe. 16 stitches, I believe it was. And I don't even remember how many stitches across. I think it's like 40. It's a lot of stitches. But it fits my feet. It fits my daughter's feet. So I guess it doesn't really matter. People are talking about a 64 cast on, and I'm thinking, I got like 80. What did I do wrong? What am I doing? But I think it's because my stitch count, because I think I've got almost like 10 stitches per the inch. So that's a lot of stitches. Because the girl that actually has the video on this, which I believe is Blooming Knitter on YouTube, it's the tutorial that I'm doing to do my socks. I think she only had like 9 stitches per inch, and I had 10. Pretty sure it's 10. So yeah, it's quite the small. I mean, I don't know if you can see that or not. It's quite small stitches. I'm really enjoying it though. I just I really need to put something on these. I don't know. So whatever. It does the trick. It shows me where I left off and where I gotta go and stuff. But so these are my vanilla socks. They are on my Regia Arabesque colorway. Self-striping, kind of. It's stripes, but it's, I don't know if this is what you consider micro stripes, maybe. Like I said, I'm new to knitting and stuff and socks, and I don't know. I'm assuming that would be a micro stripe because they're skinny. It would make sense to me that that's why they're called micro stripes. I don't know. Anyways, so that's the yarn I'm using. It looks so pretty caked up though. My cake still looks pretty. Look at my cake. So pretty. So there's that. My one whip, which I've been doing while I watch shows with my daughter, which I'll get into in my chit chat section. We're going a little bit back in time. And this is in my little Drinks on Me project bag that I made a while ago. Not in the shop yet. I have 2 drawstring bags in the shop so far, and they're not selling. So I'm not sure if it's just a pattern that people don't like or they don't like the drawstring. I'm not really sure which one. But I do have plans to put this fabric in, as well as my Zombie and my Alice and the Queen of Hearts as a drawstring. So we'll see. We'll see what happens if I put more drawstring bags in with patterns that people have bought my regular zipper bags in and they don't sell, then I'm going to know they don't really like the drawstrings, so I'll just go back to the zippers. I'll probably do some zippers anyways, but it's just all trial and error and see what sells and see what doesn't, and you go from there. I do plan on dyeing my own yarn soon. I've said that in a few episodes, but I'm really excited. I'm really excited. I have got so many colorways in mind. It's ridiculous. I'm hoping to sell them. If not, I'll just make it for myself. Anyways, my second whip is my Reina shawl, which kind of I ripped it right out. I frogged the whole thing because I messed up on the lace section. So until I figure out how to fix lace, I'm just gonna be ripping them out. I'm gonna be very careful when I'm in my lace section that I don't make a mistake or drop a stitch. Or I was so excited because I dropped a stitch and I was able to pick it up and find out where it went. And then a couple rows later in the lace, I messed up and I couldn't figure out what I did. Yeah, so I ripped it out. So started over. That's all I've got done so far. This is all I've got done so far. But I love these colors. It's actually blown out quite a bit. Oh, that looks pretty much perfect. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty much perfect. It's a little bit darker, but it's very pretty. Pastels, pinks, purples, blues. Yeah, that's pretty close. It's so pretty. And this is my Reina shawl from Nora Laviola. Laviola. I don't know if I'm butchering her name or not. Let me know. In the Manos del Uruguay colorway, Pastel Tiza is the colorway. I love Manos del Uruguay, and my local yarn shop has tons of their yarn. And this is the Alegria. Alegria, I believe, is the yarn. It is. I think I still have my paper here for it because I don't clean up crap. Manos de Uruguay, Alegria. It is 75 superwash merino, 25% polyamide. 445 yards, 425 meters, 100 gram. So that's Pastel Tiza. That's the colorway. So I'll be working on these today while I watch some shows. I'll be working on my socks a little bit while we watch some shows. And this is in my drawstring Alice in the Queen of Hearts bag, which hopefully will be in the shop soon. I have some zipper bags I'm putting in first, and then I'll be working on that. Oh my god, this is so good. I brought this up and I took one little sip, but it wasn't cold enough. So I waited, but now it's nice and cold. Oh my god, it's so good. Anybody want to guess what's in here? David's tea. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. David's tea. It is a new tea. It's June's tea of the month. Now, I'm not sure if it's just Canadian or if it's the same tea of the month in both US and Canada. Cotton candy. I know. Cotton candy tea. Is there anything better? Cotton candy tea. Really? Ridiculous. I'll show you the tin and stuff in acquisitions because that's like the only thing I have for acquisitions at the moment. Oh god, this is bad. Okay, so that's it for whips. Now on to some dream knitting and cast on stuff. Last episode, I was debating between the Pure Joy and the girl from the grocery store by Hohi Locatelli. I was debating on which one I wanted to cast on, and the only person that commented on the podcast was Melissa from Spicy Homemaker, and she voted for girl from the grocery store, which is kind of what I've been kind of leaning towards a little bit more. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the girl from the grocery store shawl. I'm so excited. I have never done a Hohi Locatelli pattern before, and I'm really, really excited to do it. And I kind of like saying her name, Hohi Locatelli. It just kind of rolls right off the tongue. So I'm really excited to get her shawl started. I have to purchase it and do all that stuff. And I think I may have decided on the colorway. In the last podcast, I had a couple options I was debating on. I couldn't decide which one to pair with the gray that I bought. But the more I look, the more I pair up the gray beside all the different ones, which I mean, as you can see, I don't have a lot of selection. I am still buying. I have one skein coming this week. Hopefully. It's coming from the UK. I can't remember the shop I bought from. I can't remember, but it's from the UK. And it should be arriving this week. She mailed it up last Monday, so it should be this week sometime. I'm so excited to get it, but the more I look at those and the more I look at this gray, which is also a Manos de Uruguay in their Fino, their Fino set. I'm trying to think what's the word. I totally lost the word. I lost what I was trying to think of. Um, oh my Lanta. I can't think of what it is. Their collection, I guess, or some sort. It's like the name of the actual wool. Um, Not their colorway. It's upside down. Fino. Um, yeah, it's Fino. It's called Silver Tea Set. It is 70% merino, 30% silk. I've never knit with silk before. It is so soft. So soft and squishy and just absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. How pretty is that? So I was looking at all my yarns and this one kept popping up at me. So I think this might be it. Although it is a sock yarn, it's Sweet Georgia Tough Love Sock in the Smitten colorway hair. But it has this tint in it that I think it's supposed to be more of a purple, but I think it kind of goes with the gray. Okay, so here's Sweet Georgia. What do you think? Because I'm thinking like right over here. It's kind of like grayish. Kind of blend. It kind of matches. Which way am I going here? Kind of pretty close to matches the light gray in that one. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And this is actually coming up very true to color right now. I am so impressed because the first time I tried to show this, the purple looked blue. But this is actually coming up really true to color right now. So I am very excited about that. I think I finally found the right lighting. I love this. These colors are gorgeous. Purple. God, look how rich that purple is right here. Look at that. Right there. Look how rich that looks. That's gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Look at that purple. Wow. Look at it. Just look. Just look how deep and rich that purple is. That's just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I just love the colors. Oh, I can't even get over these colors. They're so beautiful. So I'm thinking it'll kind of look nice with the gray. What do you think? You think? I think this would look a very nice girls in the grocery store. I'm not sure how this is going to knit up. So time's going to tell. Time will tell how it looks. But I'm thinking this might be my girl from the grocery store shawl. So I'm kind of excited to cast that on and work on that a little bit. Maybe this week. Although I'm kind of a monogamous knitter. I like knitting on one thing, getting a good progress done on it, and then moving on to the next. But at the same time, I like to cast on all the things. So there's so many I want to cast on. I just don't have enough needles. So note to self, buy more needles. And my chair is squeaking like crazy right now. So I am so sorry for all that. If that's really loud, I'm sorry. So those are some of my dream knitting, as well, of course, as the Little Miss Chelsea Bean Shawl by Jen Sheelan. I want to cast that on as well. I'm not really sure if any of those, oh, pardon me, if any of those are going to work for it, or I may have to buy more. Excuse to buy yarn is always a good thing for me anyways. All these people going on yarn diets, and I'm like, okay, you don't want any more yarn, you can give them to me. I'll take all the yarn. I have no problem. I don't have a husband to tell me to stop buying yarn. I have a daughter that'll probably tell me to stop buying yarn when it gets a little out of control, but this is just like one of my cubby's worth, so we're good. I also want to work on, well, once I'm done my first sock, I think I'm going to get my first sock out of the way before I cast on another sock. Oh my gosh. I can't believe the yawning. My Hermione's everyday sock, I want to cast that on, as well as blueberry waffle socks. I think those are two. And then, of course, there's the Baba Yaya's pineapple socks I want to do as well. I want to do all of them. All the socks, all the shawls. I want to do all of it. All of it. Someday I'm going to do them all. And another thing I want to work on, which I'm really, really excited about, is I want to do my first pattern. I want to try and make my first pattern. I am so excited. I already have in my mind what I want it to look like. I just have to figure out how to execute it, how to write it down. I'm so excited. I think it's going to be an asymmetrical shawl. So it's going to start narrow at the one corner, get really big, and then go narrow to the other corner, and have this side a little bit shorter and this side really long. That's the plan. Not sure if it's going to happen, but that's what I'm hoping. And I have an idea, because it's going to have some eyelets, some lace, and some, I haven't decided if I want to do just garter or if I want to do stockinette. I think for my first pattern, I'm leaning to just garter because it's a little easier. I think. We'll see. So that's that. That's enough, I think, for now. I gotta, although I do keep seeing new shawl patterns and new sock patterns and new, oh my gosh, I want to knit it all. I want to knit it all. I would love to knit a sweater, but I'm really scared of sweaters at the moment. I think that's just a really big project for me to take on when I'm still sort of new. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And the last time I was at Michael's with my daughter, we came across this book, and I think it is the same book that the Yarn Hoarder had shown one point. Why am I yawning? I've only been up like, I don't know, 4 hours, and I'm yawning my ass off. Anyways, it was all stuffy animals, and my daughter wanted me to buy the book, but I didn't buy it. But I think I might buy it, and I think I might try and knit some, but I'm still nervous because, like I said, new knitter and all. I mean, worst things worse, I try it, I don't do it right, I rip it out. No big deal, right? Right. I think so, right? Yeah. All right, the acquisitions, like I said, all I have is my tea, which is so good. Let me tell you, I have to take another sip. And I made it into an iced tea. So good. I was going to buy just the little bag because you can buy the 50-gram bag for like $7 or whatever. When it's like the tea of the month, they have it right up there at the front counter. And I was going to buy just that. And then I saw this container, this tin. And I had to buy it because it's so pretty. It's pink. Look at it, pink. It's a pink tin. It's a lot darker pink than what's showing up in that picture, let me tell you. Like, I don't understand. Like, it is a lot darker of a pink than this. This is not doing it justice. But it is cotton candy tea. Fluff Love is what it says. It's a robust tea. It's delicious. It is so good. It actually has sprinkles, and it actually has little tiny pieces of cotton candy. Oh my god, ridiculous. Let me see if I can open it up. I'll show you. See if it'll do color justice for these. Look at all that purple and blue and pink. Little tiny pieces of cotton candy in there. So good. Yep. Oh, I could sit and I can sit and smell tea all day. It's just as bad as candles. It's so good. It's so good. And this container actually has how to make hot tea and how to make it as an iced tea. I mean, it's so simple though to make it as an iced tea. You would do 2 perfect spoons, sorry, 2 perfect spoons of the tea, and you steep it just like a normal tea, a normal David's tea. You do that like normal. You do it about 7 minutes or so, and then you add ice cubes, and then it cools down and gets cold, and that's it. You got yourself some iced tea, and it is so good. Let me tell you, you've got to buy some because it's really good. So that's the only thing I have for acquisitions. Oh, actually, if you can see right there, I got myself a bell to go with my beast. She's so cute though. No, it's not. She's the very last one in the row. It's the winter one where she's got her pink little jacket with the hood. I thought that one was really cute. I was trying to get one of the ones with her in her yellow dress, her gold dress. Can't find them anywhere. So I opted for the winter, like, one. Oh, it's getting warm in here. I love this. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So that's basically it for that. That's all done. So now we're going on to some chit chat. So what I've been watching, well, in my real life, day-to-day life, nothing new really has been going on besides work, and more work, knitting, watching podcasts, watching TV shows, and working some more. That's my life. Exciting, isn't it? So yeah, not much going on in my day-to-day life except for watching shows and knitting and then working. What I'm watching right now, I've actually started watching a couple new podcasts, which I'm going to let you know because I'm all about sharing new podcasters. I would love to share a new podcaster every episode if I could find a new podcaster every episode. That's kind of hard. I've tried searching. I don't know how to search for new podcasters. No, it doesn't come up. So I tend to go into some of the groups that have promote yourself, promote your small business kind of thing. And if people are saying how they have a podcast or whatever, I go and check you out. I'll check you out, see what you're about. Let's see what you're all about. The latest one that I've watched, they only have one episode right now, and they are fellow Canadians. So excited. They're from Sarnia, which is just, a hop, skip, and a jump away from me here in Ontario. And they are the Codependent Knitters. And like I said, they only have one episode up right now, but they're really nice. Her name is Dawn as well, so that's a bonus. And I believe her partner in crime name is Lisa, if I remember correctly. So you want to check those ladies out. They only have one episode so far, but they're really sweet. They've got a lot of knitting, and they're very, very knowledgeable about their knitting. So yeah, something you might want to check out. Another one that I've been watching, she's got 5 episodes out so far, is called, her podcast is her name, Stacy Glass. And she's a real sweetheart. She's from the States. I'm trying to remember where. I can't remember where she's from. But she's got a couple of adorable dogs as well. So if you go onto the podcast and check out their animals, she's got, I think it's a wiener dog. One of them is a wiener dog. Oh my God, they're so cute. He always sits up on the couch by her window. It's so adorable. So you want to check her out as well. It's Stacy Glass. And the last one that I've been checking out isn't new. I think they have like 21 episodes or something like that. Some of you probably already know about them, especially if you watched the Grocery Girls latest episode where they went to the, was it the Edmonton Fiber Frolic, I think it was called? And they were talking to all these different people and stuff, and they came across this group of sisters and their podcast. Pardon me. Their podcast is called Cozy Up with the Stitchin' Sisters. Those girls are a freaking riot. I love them. They are so fun. They're so just, and they're Canadian, so I mean, you gotta love them because you gotta love a Canadian because we are awesome. What can I say? Um, they're from Grand Prairie, Alberta, and there's four, I think, four sisters. Three of them knits. I think three of them knit. I think three of them knit. I've seen three knitting. I haven't seen. I'm trying to remember. I think there was an episode once where all four of them were there, but I can't remember. But anyways, they're called Cozy Up with the Stitchin' Sisters. They are a riot. You're gonna want to check them out because they're awesome. And I think any Canadian podcasters are awesome, anyways, because they're from Canada. Hello. I gotta, promote my fellow Canadian podcasters. So definitely check them out as well. They're an awesome group of girls. I can't even imagine. The one sister had a fire at her house, and oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. I wouldn't even know what to grab first. Well, obviously my kid, you know, but as far as possessions, do I grab my yarn? Do I grab my computer? Do I grab pictures? It's like, oh my God, I would freak out. Anyways, you need to check them out. They're awesome. I can't remember all their names off by hand. I should have wrote it in my show notes, and I totally forgot. So you're gonna want to check them out as well. Now, I am so excited for Friday because let me tell you, one of my favorite shows at the moment are coming back. And if you don't know, you're living under a rock. Unless you don't like that kind of stuff, I guess, maybe. Orange is the New Black is coming out on Friday. I'm so excited. I've been waiting all summer, all year. And I mean, I'm the type that, sorry, my back was itchy. I'm the type that will like binge watch all 12 episodes in like 2 days. I will. Probably. I work all weekend. Well, that sucks. That sucks. Because I want to watch it. All of them. Well, I'm going to have to watch them as much as I can. And I'm really starting to get warm. I'm going to have to take this off. I am starting to sweat. Ugh. And this has just been washed. I don't want to sweat on it. I don't. This smells so good. It's so squishy even after. Oh, I just want to sleep on it. It's so pretty. So pretty. I want to do another one of her patterns. I do. I gotta see. Not sure if she has another shawl pattern or not. I think this might have been her first shawl pattern. But as soon as she makes another shawl pattern, I'll definitely be knitting it. Definitely. Tristan is awesome. Anyways, so Orange is the New Black coming out Friday. So excited. The finale had me going, are you freaking kidding me? We have to wait a whole year to see what happens. Oh my God. What? No. So I'm really excited for it to come back. And I got my daughter started watching it, which is kind of a little weird and awkward and stuff, having your 17-year-old daughter watch Orange is the New Black with you, but it's good. It's all good. It's whatever. It doesn't bother me. And then she wanted to watch some old shows. So we're watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer right from the beginning. And oh my gosh, the cast, they look so young. I mean, they were young. This was like 20 years ago almost. 90s. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I think it came out in 97. Wow. 20 years ago for Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That is crazy. Crazy. So we're watching all those. We've watched 4 episodes so far. We're starting right from the beginning. Netflix has them all, which is awesome. Although I started collecting them a long time ago on DVD, but I think I only have like the first 3 seasons. I guess I best get on that and buy the rest, huh? But I have more important things to buy right now, like yarn. I gotta buy all the yarn. So we're watching that. She's really into that. And of course, she loves Supernatural. So she says to me, well, if we watch Orange and the New Black and we watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer, can we watch Supernatural too? Because that's the one I want to watch. So we've been watching all 3 shows. every night, a couple shows each. Because summertime, you get some of the new summer shows coming back, but there's not as much as in the fall. Like in the fall, my TV schedule is just jam packed with stuff, but in the summertime, not so much. So we have a lot of time to watch, you know, rerun episodes of shows and stuff that we like. So we're watching those. One of the fall shows that, or summer shows that came back that I'm really excited about has Jason Priestley in it. It's called Private Eyes. It's filmed here in Toronto, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And I love that show. It's so fun. Jason Priestley since 90210. Come on, you had to love him. Anyways, so that's basically all I've been doing, what I've been watching, what I've been knitting, and all that kind of stuff. And that's about it. I thought this was going to be another quick episode, but turns out I'm wrong again. Go figure. I cannot make it shorter than like 45, 50 minutes every time. This one's going to be an hour. I don't know. Hopefully you guys enjoy and you want to watch the whole thing and you're here at the end. And yeah. I hope you all had a good time. I had a blast. I love podcasting. I love sharing my stuff with you guys. I love, seeing what you guys are up to. So make sure you jump into my Ravelry group and let me know. I do have, speaking of, one more thing, which I meant to do and I totally forgot. And I wanted to post it and I totally forgot. I have an Ask Me Anything thread on my Ravelry group, and I had my first question, which was I was so excited about getting my first question. I was going to answer it here on the podcast, and I totally forgot. So we're going to do my Ask Me Anything now. Next podcast, I'll have to move that in a little bit further in the podcast. This came from Glass Maiden 67, and pardon me. My gosh, my voice is just blah. She said, which do you find a better choice, knit or crochet? She says she does both, but lately crochet is in the lead. She finds that knitting more in the cooler months and crocheting more in the warmer temperatures, which it makes sense because it just does. For me, I just knit. It's funny because when I first picked up yarn, I was going to crochet first. I bought some needles, I bought some yarn from my local shop or whatever, and I was going to crochet, and then I saw something that I wanted to knit. And I'm like, I want to knit. Maybe I want to knit more than I want to crochet. So I started knitting. Crochet is something I do want to do, and I'm hoping to start that shortly because I want to do some sort of crochet blankets with some of my leftover stuff. So I am going to get into the crochet, go down that rabbit hole and crochet as well. Coming shortly. I would say probably in the next couple months, I'm probably going to start crocheting. I really, really think that is something I'm going to do. And she asked me another question about my pops, all those little guys right over here. She wants to know if they do anything or if they're just like, are they a collectible? Do they do anything like that? And they don't do anything besides look really adorably cute. They're just a collection, just the collectibles. And they have so many, a variety of them. And in the shops around here in Canada, obviously it's cheaper in the States. But here in Canada, they're about $12 a piece, which, I mean, they're adorable though. I mean, look at Johnny. Look, I got two Johnnies. If you don't know already, Johnny Depp, love him. Love him ridiculously. He's just so hot. So ever since back in like Nightmare on Elm Street days, like way back, way back, in Edward Scissorhands and 21 Jump Street and all of it. I just love him. Love him, love him, love him. So any Johnny Depp pop that I can get, I'm going to get. Even if it is two Jack Sparrows, I don't care. It's Johnny. I gotta get it. But yeah, they just look cute. They're just a little collectible, just something to make your room look pretty. Um, it would be cute if they did something, but they don't. They just stand there and look pretty. So thank you so much for your question. If anybody else has anything they want to ask me, yarn related, not yarn related, I'm pretty much an open book. I'll talk about anything, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much talk about anything and everything. So if you have any questions for me, don't hesitate to ask. Hop in that thread. I will try and answer your questions on the podcast. And if I don't get a chance to do it on the podcast, I will answer it in the thread as well. So hopefully you all enjoyed this episode. I had a blast, and I can't wait to do it again. Monday will not come soon enough. Well, it might, because I want to get some more knitting done before that. Which I can understand some people when they do it every other week, because knitting in a week sometimes is just not enough knitting time to get enough done to show. So I am still going to try for once a week. We'll see how that goes. If you did like this episode and you want some more, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know I'm doing an awesome job. If you have any questions, any comments, things that you think I can improve in the podcast, things that I haven't talked about that you think I should or that you want to hear about, let me know. You can drop some comments down below. That would be awesome. Yeah, like I said, drop into my Ravelry group. I've got 2 cows going on, a 1 skein cow. So basically anything you knit that is 1 skein's worth or a little bit less, you can join that. I have a sock cow, shorty socks, yoga socks, adult socks, kids socks, baby socks. I don't care if sock's a sock. Jump in there as well. I want to do my first drawing for that at the end of June, so hopefully I'll have a few more entries into there. And I might actually do a draw for my introduction thread. I think that might be fun. So make sure you go in there and introduce yourself as well. And I think I might pull a winner from that shortly too. So I want to give stuff away. That's it, plain and simple. I want to give stuff away. And like I said, if you are a creative person and you dye yarn, you make bags, you have patterns, you do notions, anything knitting related you want to share with my viewers, by all means get in touch with me on Instagram or Ravelry, and I will be happy to pass it on to some lucky viewers, because I am all about sharing the love, and I'm all about promoting other podcasters, other indie dyers, other yarny people. I just want to share everything with everyone. I love doing that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. I am going to go and I'm gonna go knit. I think it's a knitting day. I might do some sewing later on tonight to try and do some more bags to get up in the shop. Hopefully this coming weekend or Monday, Tuesday when I'm off, 2 days there. That's my goal. I'm getting it done. I'm going to do it. There will be a shop update come Tuesday for sure. So that's it for today. Hope you all had a great time. I had a blast. And until next time, keep on crafting. Bye.